us. To preach to the people and to testify that he is the one ordained by God as judge of the living and the dead. He commanded us. He didn't ask. He didn't suggest that we work it into our schedules. He didn't leave a note. He commanded us to preach, to teach, to proclaim Jesus as the one who is Lord over all, living, dead, Christian, not, here, away, Lutheran, other. There's a lot of others here. At Easter we hear it. This day, well, this week, we hear preaching. It seems like every street corner, every space, every radio station is saying something about Jesus having been risen. About Easter, about God's gift of the Son. But what happens next week? What happens on Monday or Tuesday? Do we hear it? Do we preach it? Over at St. Andrew's Episcopal by the kitchen, if you were at the Lent luncheons, you might have seen it. There's this calendar. And it's funny. Every month they have a different comic up front. And at the top of this month, there was a two-parts thing. And the one side had the priest, sort of like this, he'll be taller, going like this on Easter morning. The Lord is risen! And then the next caption was him in a lazy boy. X's over his eyes, leg up over the side. Wife behind him, fanning him. And I said, the priest is dead. And it was Monday. We seem to go into overdrive today, don't we? Today in Christmas, we really get into reflecting God's love. We really go all out. We have feasts, we put on our finest, or we get new clothes and we dress up to show how important God is to us. And that's good. But Jesus commanded us to preach all the time. Not just on this day, but on the other day. And the other. And the other. And we can't. It's too much energy for us to do every single day exactly our best all the time, isn't it? I mean, I can't afford new clothes every day, can you? I get pretty tired of ham after 7 months. Maybe. Sort of like our mirrors. Anybody have mirrors? Alright? Yeah. They do a good job of reflecting, don't they? Hopefully. They show us pretty much a clear picture of what things look like. Whether we like it or not. Sometimes not. But they don't get tired. They don't have problems. See, we're more like water. Sometimes we're crystal clear when things are calm and everything's right. You can see reflections of reality in it. When things are calm and everything's right, we can get a glimpse of God's love reflected through those around us. Through our family, through our friends, through people gathered together in worship. On every corner and every flower, we get a glimpse. But we can't do it all the time. At least not full bore. But what we can do is be like water. You see, God calls us to preach. He commands us to preach. But He doesn't say how we have to do it. And sometimes the most powerful way to proclaim Jesus, the strongest way to let people know what matters in life, isn't with our lips. It's by showing them Christ's love through what we do and who we are. When we reflect Christ's love, when we reflect the values of God's kingdom, people see why it's important. We feel why it's important. Why it's important to remember that the one true God loved us enough to send His only Son to die and come back again so that we would not be left here, but would live forever. That He loves not only those who have been washed in the water or by the blood of the Lamb, but loves the others, and the others, and the others. That not only did He call His chosen people, but He also sent His Son back to claim the lives of everyone else. And that same God is strong enough to work through me and you to show others how important that is. It's Sunday. It's Easter. I want you to preach tomorrow. I want you to proclaim Christ risen tomorrow. I want you to share the love of God with someone who needs it tomorrow. And then when Tuesday comes, see what happens. He is risen. Amen.